Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Well, hello Grey Maniacs, I just got in from my daily walk and it's time to gather round. I've got my slippers on, I've got my legs up, yeah. Close up for the gathering of the Grey Maniacs. Grey Maniacs gather, for 'tis time. What time is it, I hear you ask? 'Tis time for another blog. Still got a bit of a sore throat. Yeah. Finally started Poem of the Day on my channel. My mate Vicky sent me some sound files of her poetry, and the Poem of the Day is now an extra feature of my channel. Doesn't that please you deeply? I'm sure it does. Anyway, Crime Bible, 5 Lessons of Blood. This features the new question. Damn. Renee Montoya. That's it. Renee Montoya. God, I would have killed myself if I didn't get that. I wouldn't have killed myself. I would have kicked myself, maybe. It's like, I know what her really name is. Why would my brain decide not to know it for that particular second when I was trying to remember it? That's just mean and uncalled for. The Parable of the Faceless. Yeah, the crime bible. It's a weird one. It was like, I think it was Cain supposed to have been the first murderer, or the Book of Cain. It was some sort of kind of like, yeah, basically it says a crime bible, and like murder was like, I don't know, one of the good things according to the crime bible, a virtue or something like that. But yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a weird story to be honest. I didn't quite know where it was coming from. It just sort of started out of nowhere, but then it seemed to me that the old question kind of just popped his clogs out of nowhere. I never heard any sort of build up to him being ill. And the next thing you know, he's dying, and for some reason Renee Montoya is his good friend and is going to Nanda Parbat with him to see him off, kind of thing. And I was at that time, up to that point, she had been in Gotham Central. I don't remember her having any. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But I don't remember her having any close links to the question. But I could be wrong. But anyway, she accompanied him to Nanda Parbat. He died of cancer, I believe. And suddenly she became a martial arts expert, and she was the question. Yeah, I think she might have had some training. I think Nanda Parbat time is kind of like steel or something like that. Time doesn't move. So I think she had lots of training from him or something like that. I can't remember now. Anyway, she's the question now. But is she still the question? I don't know, because it may have changed. Right, 4 horsemen. I think this was following on from one of the countdowns or something like that. They created like 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and I think they destroyed. Was that later on? I can't remember now. Something got destroyed. It might have been Bialia. Might have been destroyed, or was that in World War III when Black Adam? Did Black Adam destroy it for some reason or another? I don't remember now. It's all so long ago. Pestilence by the looks of it, with the locusts there. Nothing says pestilence, like a plague of locusts, does it? Or would that be famine? So this famine would follow if all the crops had been eaten. Feeding time, the 4 horsemen versus Batman. It felt like at this particular moment in time that like massive storylines were coming thick and fast, and like, you know, the old thing of like there's a criminal and, you know, doing some kind of typical normal crime, but no, everything had to be like destruction of the world, and like, yeah, every single week there was another world destroying menace on the way. Couldn't just be some normal crimes anymore. Never any normal crimes. It all has to be universe-shaking destruction or world-ending calamities practically every week. Right, countdown. Oh, arena. This is where, yeah, this is first issue of 4. This is where like alternates from other worlds all met up to fight each other to the death, if I recall. There's 3 Batman fighting there, 3 Green Lanterns fighting here. I think this is kind of like later on when they did Convergence. It's kind of like the same thing they did in Convergence, where the alternate worlds were all put onto one world, and they were forced to fight off against each other to allow their reality to be maintained or something. It all got, yeah, these super massive crossover crises, as I say, they do get a bit convoluted, and they all merge into one in the end, you know. Anyway, so that was some Wonder Woman fighting there. Here's some Superman fighting. It's not even that standout art-wise to me. It seems very wishy-washy colour palettes. They don't seem very wishy-washy colour... Wishy-washy colour palettes. There you go. I said it perfectly. First time. No, maybe I didn't. Right. Countdown presents The Search for Ray Palmer, because he kind of disappeared after his ex-wife killed Ralph Dibny's wife, Sue Dibny, in a crisis or other. Was it Identity Crisis? Was that one, Identity Crisis? I don't remember. Yeah, and she ends up becoming bloody Eclipso. She gets eclipsed and she becomes Eclipso. Yeah, and she's, yeah, anyway, Ray Palmer decides to go into the macroverse or the miniverse or whatever you want to call it. Microverse, probably. Macro is big, isn't it? Micro is small. I think so. Yeah, I can't remember now. Anyway, but there was a search for Ray Palmer across different worlds. See, this is the world of the Wildstorm, Earth 50, as it was at that time, because this is when they did 52. The Crime Society, apparently, on Earth 3, I believe, Reality 3. I have still got a badge that I got from a comic shop around this time. Where is Ray Palmer? Or something like that. I got that on a badge on one of my jackets. Oh yeah, this is the Red Rain world where Batman's a vampire. That's Reality 43. I'm not sure if his realities have come back again or not. I don't know. Right, Gotham got by Gaslight Reality. Number 19. It looks like it's Kal-El, Red Hood, and Troya, who are looking. I'm not sure who the other guy is. That's supposed to be Beast Boy, maybe. I'm not too sure. Or is it just someone who happened to be come across whatever there? Not too sure who that guy is at the back. He might have been created just for this storyline. And we've got the Red Sun world, which again is. Didn't we not have Earth 30 already? That was 50, wasn't it? Earth 50 was Wildstorm. 43. 19. Yeah, this is Earth or Reality 30. And then we had Reality 11, where like the Superman and Batman are Superwoman and Batwoman instead. Yeah, it looks like just Red Hood, Donna Troy, and Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern. So it's all lady versions. Lady versions! Ooh, ladies! Well, well, well. I say. And at one point, Donna Troy was killed by a Superman robot. I didn't take to that, sorry. She wouldn't be killed by a Superman robot's heat vision. The Superman robot's heat vision shot straight through her body and killed her. Nah. She's bloody got Amazonian blinking stock. She wouldn't be killed by a simple bit of heat vision. I don't buy it. But anyway, she didn't die long. And she came back with the return of Donna Troy. And it was like, oh, where you been? Oh, you know, just been dead for a bit. Nothing to worry about. Don't we all wish that death was a revolving door in real life like it is in the comic books? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, perhaps not. It's always the arseholes that come back. You have Hitler returning and starting another Reich or something, or Jack the Ripper would come back. That kind of thing. Either that or they come back as Black Lanterns. Right, this next comic book is a travesty, an absolute travesty. A disgrace to humankind, and this comic made me cry. Countdown to Infinite Crisis, 80 pages for $1. And when I first started getting into comic books, when I first had money to buy my own comic books, and first started buying comics regularly instead of just getting them when I could, Blue Beetle was one of the first runs that I started, and I got it from beginning to end. And even when it finished, I did, because even at that point I didn't realise that comic books ever finished, because whenever I went to the comic shop as a kid, it was always the same comics again and again and again. So I just thought they carried on going. I never sort of contemplated they would have finite runs and they get cancelled and stuff like that. So when it was like, oh, this is the last issue of Blue Beetle, I was like, what? What's that? Why? Why? Curses! And he went into JLA, where he was turned into a complete laughing stock. I wouldn't buy JLA for a while. I started in it. It was like, no, they're turning my favourite characters into a bloody joke. It's like, he was like, you know, quick-witted, and like he'd have a pun or a jape or whatever, like to flummox his enemies, but not a blinking buffoon is what they turned him into. Like a blinking, you know, prat-falling fool. But anyway, I did buy the whole run subsequently, like when I sort of calmed down a bit. And I can appreciate it for just like a bit of humour, but it's still a bit annoying. But I rushed, and then when this came out, I started reading this without really thinking too much about the cover, to be honest. And it was like, oh, Blue Beetle, yeah, Blue Beetle's kicking ass, Blue Beetle's, you know, taking names, kicking butt, you know, he's coming to the forefront, he's like, he's going to discover this thing, like he's really sort of portraying him really well, like he should be portrayed, and like he's all surrounded by enemies and always in a bad situation, how's he going to get out of this one? And then I suddenly thought, hold on a minute, about 2 pages from me, I went, hold on a minute, and I sort of turned to the front cover, and I'm like, no, they're not going to, and then, of course, they did. Right in hell, Max. And like, oh, I cried quite a bit. I'm not crying today, fortunately. I must have got it out of my system now. But I thought about it before, and a couple of times I'm like, poor old Ted. But there you go. So, yeah, I don't mind admitting that I'm a wimp. Or that I care too much for these unreal fantasy imaginary people. Right. And that led to Infinite Crisis. The countdown is over. I probably should have shown you countdown first. I don't know. This is the trouble with all these blinking one after the other, story after story. You lose track of what happened when, and if I was to ever read them all back again, I'd probably read them all arse over tit and all out of order. So this must have followed the crisis then, the countdown. I've got the countdown in this box. So, yeah. Oh, I say, Power Girl, you... yeah. So rather, yeah, let's just, yeah. Look at her lovely belt buckle. Oh, blimey. Anyway, let's move on. Oh yeah. Looks like old Superman from one of the alternate worlds, alternate Earth. The old JSA Superman, I'm guessing. Is this the one where Superboy? Yeah, I think so. Superboy breaks out from the world where him and alternate Lex Luthor and JSA, or old like alternate Earth Superman, and I think Lois Lane had been sort of stuck for a long while. They weren't happy with the way that the world was going, and Superboy Prime, as he was then called, decided somehow wanted to change it. I'm not quite sure what he was going about. Why they was... I can't remember now. What did he do? Did he break out and decide to start killing everybody? I don't remember. Surely he must have had some other task in mind other than just going and killing everybody. I'm sure there was more story to it than that. Obviously there was a reason they had to stop him, and he certainly didn't show any, any mercy or any traits that Superboy would normally have shown. I think he'd gone mad by being trapped inside that dimension for so long. Oh, and then so that was so 7 issues of Infinite Crisis. Then in the wake of Infinite Crisis, Brave New World. So many comic books that come out so close to one another, you just lose track of them all, don't you? Right, I've got an Infinite Crisis, Secret Files and Origins, 2006. I think that's shown the Otherworld Superman, Krayling Otherworld Lois, who I believe who died. Looks like it could do with a new bag. This bag's a bit on the crinkly side. Right, lastly for this one, part of the Infinite Crisis, because Infinite Crisis was like, I think it was OMAC, One Man Army Corps, it was the Rand Thanagar War, it was Villains United, various problems that had all popped up at the same time, and Day of Vengeance as well, where Spectre had gone mad. I think he'd gone mad for something to do with Eclipso, who was Ray Palmer's wife, Eclipso, and I think he'd lost his human element, so I think James Corrigan was out of the picture. I think James Corrigan had gone through to his final reward in heaven, so it was just the spirit of vengeance with no human to temper his madness. Yeah, apparently Madame Xanadu was blinded at this point. It must have happened in this storyline. I don't remember it now. But anyway, so he was trying to get rid of all magic from the world, I believe. So various magical characters were teaming up to try and stop him and Eclipso from doing cray stuff. Oh, hello, I see what's happened here. Right, I thought this was the 4-part, but it's not. This is the specials that led into the... So that's the special for the Day of Vengeance, where Spectre gone mad. Here's the Rand Thanagar War, where the Rand is the world of Adam Strange, and Thanagar is the world of the Hawkwomen. And obviously with Carl Rayner, or he might have been Ion at this point. I'm not too sure if he's Ion in this costume. Looks like it might be his Ion costume. No, I think it is a Green Lantern costume. He'd have a few different costumes over his days, didn't he? But obviously he's trying to be a mediator. And yeah, well, there's war. And you know what they say about war, don't you? They say, huh, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. And then there's OMAC, the One Man Army Corps. Okay, we see fire there. I'm not too sure who the other people on this cover are. Oh, Checkmate. There's a different. I think that's Bordeaux, Sacha Bordeaux, who was a one-time love interest, stroke bodyguard for Batman, Bruce Wayne, and I think she became love interest for Mr. Terrific. I believe they were an item at one point, and she was also. Was she the Black Queen of Chessmate at one point? I'm not too sure. And the guy in the middle, I'm not too sure who he is. It looks like he's got. It could be a. I don't think, unless it could be a red rocket with a different costume. He has got like a star on his helmet. Let's have a look now. See if I can work out who he is. Well, I never. No, I haven't actually found out who he was. Sorry. I'm just making silly faces for the fun of it. I can't actually see that fella in here at all. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum. No, I can tum and tum as much as I tum and I want to, but I don't think I can see nothing. Anyway, forget it. I don't know who that guy is. Right, and then the last part of the four-pronged problems of Infinite Crisis was the Villains United. All the villains had teamed up to be villains, basically. I think possibly to defeat the heroes. Just be complete bums like villains are. And that led on to the Secret Six, who were villains for some reason, who were against the Villains United, under the auspices of Lex Luthor posing as the new Mockingbird. Yeah, all good stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate your views. I would appreciate it even more if you left a thumbs up and a comment down below. Please come into my comment section. It's down there, not I'm talking about down there under the video, not down there like below where you can see on my person. No, I'm not talking about that at all. Down there under the description box where you've got links to all my stuff, there is comment section. Please leave a comment. It helps and it's nice and it's kind, and you will be rewarded by the comic gods if you leave a comment down below. If you leave a comment down below, you're going to find a nice cheap key next time you go comic book hunting. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. If you don't leave a comment down below, you're going to crease one of your comics by accident, or get a tape pull next time you take out a really expensive comic. Dare you risk it? Dare you risk it? Just leave a comment to be on the safe side. That's what I say. I mean, it's not going to happen, really, and I wouldn't wish it upon any of you. So I was only joking, obviously. But please leave a comment anyway, because apparently it helps. And even if it doesn't help the anal lick tits like it's supposed to, it helps me, because it makes me think, oh, good, people listen to me. Oh, good, people are watching my videos. Ah, thank you very much. Yeah? I'm going to do another shout out today for... Whoa, I've forgotten his name again. Literally, I had it for a second. Literally, for a split second, the name was there in my head. Oh, I can't remember. I've looked at a couple of his videos today as well. I'll do a jingle for somebody at the end, and I'll leave their link down below. Please sub them up. They don't have enough subs, and they require more subs. They need some sub love. They need a comment bump. Go leave a comment on one of their videos and tell them the Grey Man sent you. I'll be back tomorrow. Fear ye not, for tomorrow I shall return. Until that most auspicious occasion, I greet you all, or I say good day to you all, and I wish upon you, I beseech the comic gods, that you all have a great amazing day, and that all your news will be good news. Boy, boy, boy.
Hobbies of Titus, give him a sub today. His link is in the corner, so sub him up, I say, or I will cry.